Open. Hey, I'm getting good at the duplication glitch.
Yes, but we're still doing the old duplication glitch and not the new one.
Because the new one on the new version of the game requires crap we don't have yet.
That sounds like quarters
Just
roll.
do the easy one.
What?
You on the old version?
I haven't updated the game. I'm doing the...
I need to say it. You press B and Y.
Sean, I literally just did that.
I literally said better, like it was like...
No,
okay,
no, there is a the 1.2 version, or it's 2 or 3. It's the version after the version I'm on. There's a faster duplication glitch that gets you more crap, but it requires stuff I don't have,
Right.
so I didn't update the game.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I did up the game.
I didn't.
I did. But besides the point, I knew you were on the... I figured you were on the older version. I was like, you said it like it was like you were doing the complicated glitch, and I was like, why are you doing the complicated?
I literally watched Sean do it, and I didn't even notice what Sean was doing until I finally noticed that his bomb count was going up, and I said, Sean, what are you doing? And Sean started laughing.
If you do that flight thing, especially on this version, you can
Strength and Zelda.
duplicate items. Okay, we'll go back to the one main quest in a minute, but like, I see freaking Zora area with a shrine. Go grab that.
Here, might as well open that. Plus, I've seen some people recommend doing the Zoras as the second dungeon, so...
Because
What?
it's the worst.
We'll get to
According
it.
to everybody on my Discord that plays this game, they said do Zora second, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Everyone said do Gerda last, it's the best. Why? I don't know.
Woo!
Apparently it didn't do it, nothing interesting about it. They didn't like something about it, it wasn't that interesting. Sidon gets like, underutilized, and everyone loves Sidon.
Okay,
That's the only saving grace of the dungeon, apparently.
shrine. Then we'll go back to what we were actually doing in this game. I want the frog armor, damn it.
Oh my god. Why is that here?
The power of water. Let's see what's
Oh
stupid.
my god. That's stupid.
Okay. Let's see what we're working with.
Stop. There's a battery.
That's...
Oh, no, I think that...
No, that's like a... That's just a... That's just a container. Hold on. We'll figure out what we're doing here. Let's just set that. We'll see.
Guys, have you fought the big boy?
Not what I was trying to do, man.
Who, is debatably not as big
Okay.
as a...
Oh, it seems to be just a battery.
Oh, yeah, the power was, like, activating on that for a second, so...
That's why I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here.
Have you fought the boy?
Or...
Leon?
No. Oh god. Have you fought one of those?
No.
Because I tried, and I think I could if I really wanted to sit down and beat my head against the wall, but I don't want to beat my head against the wall.
Oh, hold on.
I need the lesser boy.
Okay. Oh, water wheel logic. Duh. But I think that's what we're going with
I
here.
have the resources to deal with this.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
want to
'cause
put it on the opposite side of the...
I'm just seeing how things work. Once we get this thing spinning,
So I said put it on the opposite side. Just because it's facing down, so that would make it really simple to just put it on the top.
alright, okay. So I need that thing spinning then. Just trying to figure out. Top would also probably work. It's not. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Top. That's better. Yeah. Now that's powerful.
So
And then
we're
this.
going to put power in the battery.
That's. Yep. Oh yeah. That's exactly what that does.
Neat.
Cool. Okay. If I take my battery.
Water.
What?
The power of water.
If you're not talking about like Glee, like what mini bolus or bolus enemy are you talking about? Because if you're talking about a Hinox, we've actually killed a few of those.
Oh, where's the treasure chest in here?
That it? That's it?
Yeah.
Wait, turn the camera other way. I thought I saw
I've literally seen these things have 3 rooms sometimes.
You could activate the.
Oh, there's another one over there. There's a thing you can put the battery on.
On.
We also have the treasure chest
Or, you know,
tracker.
you could do that.
That's my problem with this game.
Literally that.
But that wasn't solving the puzzle. That was skipping it.
Exactly.
You know, Carson, they had to make the game and they had to make sure that it was appropriately made.
Back up we go! Woohoo!
See, look at that. You know, they probably sat there and they probably didn't even think about the fact that he could do that.
Hey!
Happy
They probably would have looked at what he just did and probably had been in the background saying, "Oh, now Carter, now you gotta go all the way back and fill the battery back up." And then when he sat there and pressed rewind, they'd be like, "Oh yeah."
Half of the solutions we have done to solve the shrines do not feel intentional.
Welcome to Sean's world. Because he has finished dungeons that we've spent like 20 minutes on, and then he's finished shrines we've spent 20 minutes on,
If you're
and then we looked
So,
up what somebody
that
else
shrine is apparently close to the one stable.
This?
Apparently.
did. We apparently, you know, we sat there and Sean would spend like 10, 15 minutes on a shrine. He'd we'd finally jank it up, and then after we janked it, you know, we would sit there and we would look up what somebody else did, and then we would sit there and either A, question if that was the intentional route, or B, be like, wow, I can't believe it. It was so simple. Why didn't we think of that?
Oh, yeah, look.
Oh my god, yeah, there's the horse stable. I'm dumb.
We missed it like complete buffoons.
Like Built for Rails? Built for Rails was definitely that moment of, well, yeah, well, of course. Why didn't we do that?
Where do you need to go? Oh,
And then
come
there was
on.
another one. There was another one where there's whatever the shrine is where you have to like, you know, paddle the thing across water,
Oh, I didn't paddle.
and you know, I sat there and you know we were just like we didn't.
I did that shrine. I didn't paddle.
I looked at it and I was like, I think this is what they want you to do, and you know, Sean was like, I don't know, and then you know we threw it out there, and then you know I sat there and I looked it up and I was like, yeah, that they definitely wanted you to get a concept in the last part that was not clear to make this third part easier.
Are you talking about the one where there's a big orb and you end up where there's like rafts that it kind of looks like they want you to build the paddle boat?
Basically.
Because I can tell you I didn't do that.
I just made a bridge.
Yes, that's what Sean did.
We
No,
Sean literally made
I took because the paddle boat things were
Because the
between some.
rafts had wheels, we put it in.
I just put up on top, on the walls, and just sent a raft across.
Because the
and it
walls
just
were...
collapsed. And I just kept rolling rafts across, and they all collapsed. And then I just attached an orb and just went the long way and just unattached it.
Beautiful.
What?
Beautiful.
Bullshit.
Beautiful bullshit.
When I looked up the video,
You'll see it when I get there.
It was exactly what it was my idea of what they wanted you to do.
Okay.
That somebody did because they completed the second part of the puzzle that way, where they literally like just took a plank and put it on the other side of the motor, and so the thing that was propelling the raft wasn't like the engines. It was literally the fact that the planks were turning, and they would literally flip the raft along the water until it got to the end, and then the planks would hit the like edge and just start glitching out. And so it was literally like, you got the thing across the water, but now you have to literally time it to where you can get it off because them planks are wild.
Are people asking a cuckoo fortunes?
Yeah, it's because
It's a cuckoo, man. Wouldn't you ask
See?
a cuckoo a fortune?
Wait, it can talk?
Oh, okay, we've noticed a running theme here where a lot of these are just people doing mystical, like the Yuga clan being assholes. So that Princess Zelda, it wouldn't surprise me if it's a Yuga trap.
If it is a Yuga trap, I have to question how do they make themselves the size of a chicken?
No, they're probably just hiding nearby.
No. Oh my god.
Oh, very well.
First
let's
trial.
Those are hands.
Get to the...
Top of the
Yes,
stable.
they are. God damn it.
Like the worst.
Oh, yeah, like... you say that, but... You say that, but remember, Ascension is bullshit. Let me reiterate, Ascension is bullshit.
Get to the top of the table.
It's fair and balanced. Like Street Fighter.
No.
He said within the time limit. I got this. Take that, bitch.
Most old fighting games were never balanced.
Man, Carson, you play Street Fighter? You have fun? It's a fun game. It's fair and balanced.
Okay, so second trial. Bring 3 logs here.
Within the time limit.
And then the commentator would literally sat there and said, "You heard the man. Street Fighter 4, fair and balanced."
Okay, good. They get the unfortunate problem is.
Man, Carson, who cares about previous Street Fighter? Street Fighter 6, baby.
The game's not even out yet.
Oh,
It's about to be.
Well that partly helped. Thanks, weather!
Lightning just struck a tree.
It's about to be out.
Yes, and it will follow the trend of every fighting game where it will start off balanced, but then the DLC will be unbalanced.
What are you talking about, man? Everybody can parry again.
Yes, but any balance...
They literally, they literally took every mechanic from every Street Fighter game and put it in this one.
It sounds like a terrible idea.
Damn it.
Which is just hilarious.
Problem is it's fucking raining.
Like they kept all of it. They kept V triggers from 5.
Oh,
They made everybody able to parry moves like in Third Strike.
Good.
Also, you're the one that decided to do that while it's raining. The rain is about to pass. You could wait for the weather to, like, pass.
I mean, fair enough. I'm talking cuckoo ridiculous. I told you! It's the fucking Yuga clan. Every time.
How?
So he was.
How? That doesn't make any sense.
Eek!
He was the size of a chicken.
Eek! Carson. Eek!
Yeah.
Wait, you're in a thunderstorm. They have metal weapons. Come on. Yes, they can get.
Yeah.
I think the tree's protecting them.
They
from
can
that
get
one.
struck by lightning,
I think the tree's protecting them from that one.
and the thunderstorm is also about to end. And the other problem is that the Yuga warp around too much. If they didn't warp around, they could
Yeah.
actually
sound
stand
effect.
there and get struck by lightning.
Anything made of metal, so if the enemies have metal, they will get struck. Told you it was the Yuga.
It's always the Yuga. But like I said, how is that man the size of a chicken?
He was just disguised as a chicken.
That is bullshit.
Yuga magic.
Wow, really, game?
Nine.
And now we should get the
100.
and now we should get the pants to the frog armor.
Bonus.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Yes. Frog legs.
But yeah, Carson. They literally took the ability to parry from third strike and gave it to everybody. They took crush counters from 4 and threw them in there. They literally made a crush counter mechanic to where if you press the essentially the crush counter button when somebody tries to crush counter, you just literally open them the fuck up. And they even kept V triggers from 5 somehow. The game is literally at this point like everybody basically all of the like community people that have played the game literally said this is basically the ultimate Street Fighter game.
And it's going to be ruined by DLC because every modern game is.
I cannot you confirm or deny the situation, but at the same time, I do know that most people literally say, Third Strike best game because I can parry.
The only people that like Third Strike are elitist. Yeah, I said it. Fight me, motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, your options are 2, which most people only like if they played 2, which means they're old heads.
Only sickos play Super Turbo.
Where we going now?
3, which, depending on how you want to look at it,
Foothill
there's
Stable.
Alpha 3, and then there's Third Strike. And, most people only care about Third Strike. Nobody really cares about the Alpha games.
Oh, Foothill. I believe that's that stable in the first game where you can buy the potions.
Meaning we have to go to Death Mountain now?
Death Mountain.
Close.
Hey, at least it's no longer hot anymore, so that's nice.
Let me see exactly what she said.
Yeah, as you go to Goron City, so I think that's the stable.
That you, in the first game, you could buy the potions. Yeah.
So,
Foothill, northeast near the border. So it was up around.
4, which I don't think a lot of people had too many qualms with 4. I know that 4 had characters that were pretty but everybody was still roughly okay with 4.
Most of the negative stuff I've heard about 4 came at the end of its life was Elena.
That's odd.
Because she has
because I feel like Elena was like not that high of a. Well, I feel like Elena was like mid tier.
The reason she was considered to break the game, she had a move that could heal, so she would, I believe, timer stall matches, and that's why everyone hated her. Because she was the only character in the game with a super that heals.
Near the border.
Well, again, from my personal observation, I didn't really see too much, of people like actually, I didn't see too much complaining from everybody when it came to 4. other than the usual
Okay.
fighting game stuff. But at the same time, 5 is 100% the game that everybody was bitching about, and part of the reason they were bitching about it was because
5 wasn't a game for 4 years.
Yeah, five was basically not a game for 4 years, and then on top of not being a game for 4 years, all rushdown characters literally had the advantage because of the fact that there were no real defensive options in 5. V reversal was so bad that nobody even bothered pressing the button because there was no point, because half the time V reversaling and whiffing literally just meant you might as well go ahead and lose the match.
Okay, so it's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you also felt like you were constantly solving shrines in the worst way possible? Because Shine and Brian both said that Shine solving shrines basically came off like he was solving them in a stupid and unintended way, even with Brian's help. Because a lot of the shrines are at least somewhat unclear. I thought this would be an interesting topic because overall, I love discussing how janky and weird this game can be. So as a general question and a general topic, I wanted to figure out how many of you felt like you solved a shrine or two in the worst, most unintended way possible. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.